So I fixed the crackle, right? And the double gone. Did I just beat the game?
But you find yourself alone, just like you found yourself.
Yes! Let's go! Ooh! I honestly don't know what I fucking did. I kid you not. I pushed a button. I don't know because I pushed the button and then I said accept and then it went back to the old setting and then everything fixed. So I'm kind of like, I don't know what I did, but I hope it doesn't fuck up. Woo. Anyway, it is what it is. We're good.
Before.
It's pretty cool. All right, so what do you want me to do? Like, one thing with these songs, and when it comes to the songs and what we're doing right now, I want to kind of like figure out a really nice way to do these because I feel like me just kind of like learning a song. There's a lot of boring stuff to this, but I want to give you guys value immediately. So, what about the song do you want out of this, Simon? Like, what would you like to see me do? Because me just rehearsing a song is kind of boring. But there's a lot of value I can give you if there's something from this that you want. Like, do you want to know the structure? Do you want to know how he does improvisation over it? Do you want to know how you can write a song like this and all those kinds of things? Let me know what you want out of this. Because me just singing and playing this, there's a repetition element that I need to do. That's really because I don't really know the song. But if you're like wondering, like, for instance, the very start of the song, he's starting on a 5 chord, goes down to a 4 chord, goes down to a 1, and then ends on a 6. You want to hear a performance of it? It's not that it would be hard, it's just more, it's time consuming. And I want to make sure that I want to make sure that there's more value per second than me just sitting rehearsing it. But this is a really cool song. So straight off the bat, he's in the key of G. So if anyone's wondering, Shadow Days, key of G. He's starting on a 5 chord, which is a D, and then he's coming down to a C, and then he's coming back down to his G, and then he ends on an E minor, which is the 6. So here. And now what he's going to do when he plays this, he's going to be setting up, if you guys are familiar with cage shapes, he's using the E shape, and that's what he's moving down doing. He's not doing like because you could do like, you could do an open chord thing, but he's getting like this really, really cool Hendrix vibe. And what Hendrix and all these guys used to do, you grab your E shape like for an open chord, and then what you're going to do is you're going to slide it up to where the root note is on the D. So my D here is going to be on the 10th fret. So I just slide the shape up, and then all I'm doing is instead of barring and getting this, I basically just drop my 3rd finger down and I get the triad, this is the major triad. So that's a D major triad. That's where that is. And that just comes from the E shape. And so all I'm doing is I'm playing that major triad and then sliding down to the C major triad, down to the G major triad, and then E minor. And that's where he's getting his really unique sound. That's where the really cool voicing is coming from. Now, in this shape that you do get, which is so cool, if you can throw your thumb over on the root notes, so it's on the 10th fret, and then you're sliding down to the 8th fret, I can start filling with my pinky or my 3rd finger, and then So he's got here, and then, so he's getting the ninth out, and then he's sliding down on this bad boy of the G. And when he does that little fill, he's doing a G major pentatonic, which is like, if you guys know the song My Girl, which is like just a straight major pentatonic lick. And all he does is, he's going, or whatever he did there. So if you were trying to fill the way he does it, D, or whatever. And that's how you could practice that. I don't recommend going in and straight off the bat being like, oh, I'm going to play exactly what John Mayer plays until you know what he's doing. Because you don't want to learn how to play exactly what he plays. You want to learn how to replicate what he plays. Because then when you come into another song, so say he does that. Am I adding the minor on the C? No, so what I'm doing is I'm suspending the C chord. So it's a really cheeky thing that you can do. So this is the third. So I've got my triad right here. And I'm like suspending it by putting my pinky underneath my third finger, which is like, it's a really cool, nice little embellishment. And then I can add a 9, which is on the 10th fret on that shape. And then I can come back to the original triad. You don't really want to add this one here, the 13. It's not a bueno one. I don't think 13s fit really well. They don't fit well on a 4 chord. So you want to add the 9th, and you don't want to jump on the 13th, but this 11 is nice. But on the D chord, the 13 is a banger. See how nice that one sounds? So the 13 on the 5 chord is a banger. The 9 on a 4 chord and the 9 on a 1 chord, they are really good banger embellishments that you can do. And obviously adding the 11 on a 13 chord is awesome. And then the 11 on the 4 chord is also cool. And then it just works like a, if you use it as like a suspension, it just sounds fantastic. You know? And then he adds the 9 on the E minor too. So it's very, very cool. But for a lot of people who are listening to what I'm saying, it might sound pretty like a bit fucked up and like a bit nerdy. I'm going to update my my practical musical course, practical music theory course, and I'm going to start adding all this stuff in, the cage shapes, learning how to figure out where all the triads are, where all the intervals are, learning all that kind of stuff. Because Dylan was messaging me as well, learning how to map the fretboard, right? Because Dylan was asking me about like, where do you find all the notes and how do you know where everything is? And so for me, I have a very simple system because I don't want to memorize notes. And I tried super hard to like memorize notes because at Berkeley you had to write all the notes out. And I was like, I need to understand how everything works. And so I just developed, I'm sure this has been done a million times, but I just developed a system for myself of like, all I need to know is the low E string and the A string, and then I can find every single note. So as long as I memorize where everything is on those 2 strings, I can play every single note on the fretboard. Because whatever the note is on the 5th fret on the E string, it's going to be on the 7th fret on the D string. Same note. And that same pattern works for any note on the A string. So say I'm on the A string 5th fret, is the same note as the 7th fret on the G string. And then if I'm like trying to figure out this 200 IQ thing, the one that I always struggled with was the B string. And then all I was like, oh, well, if I just know my A string, so say it was the 5th fret on the A string, I would just go down to the 3rd fret. So I just go reverse order. I go 3rd fret on the B string, same note. And then E is the same. So you just use 2 strings to memorize 6 strings. That's how I do it. So then that means like if I'm trying to find a triad, right? So say I'm like, okay, well, I need to find a triad that the root note is the D note on the B string. I'm like, okay, well, where is a D on the B string? And I'm like, okay, well, if I know that this is a D and I know a B string, so I go D and I go down 2 frets. So I'm on 5, I go down to 3, and then bang, there's my D. And then I build my triad around it. And then, so say I have the same thing, I need to find the G. I'm like, okay, well, I know my G's right here. G on the B string, bang, triad. So hopefully that makes sense for people. But that's how I find all the notes. Anyway, so I'm going to update the music theory course so that you guys get all that kind of stuff, and I don't have to repeat myself all the time. But yeah, very cool song. Dylan's like, I wasn't watching. the one fucking piece of content that I made for him. He's like, I'm not watching. Dude, I'll make the video for you literally after this. I'm not on YouTube. Yeah, I am on YouTube, Mom. What are you talking about? Mom, you gotta watch me on YouTube. You were listening to. Okay. But basically that's essentially how I look at the fretboard. I'm gonna make an actual video for you guys, don't worry. Like, it'll be more professional. Like, I will like not have everything filling the screen, but it's not working, Mom. Mom, you're gonna have to restart your computer. Are you trying to watch it on TV? Is anyone having problems buffering me on YouTube? Please, we need help. Somebody help my mom. She's struggling.
Did you know that you could be wrong and swear you're right? Some people been known to do it all their lives.
So like, so this one's a pretty cool one because you can kind of just follow, his vocal rhythm kind of follows the chords quite cleanly.
Did you know that you could be wrong and swear you're right? Some people been...
I gotta make sure I pause it every 7 seconds. Mom, I think it's you. I'm super sorry. Tech support, have you tried turning on Fine Real?
alone, just like you found yourself before. Like I found myself in pieces on the hotel floor.
Yeah, see, the thing is, there's a million ways to skin a cat when it comes to like music theory and shit. The thing that I always was disappointed in when my professors and stuff would tell me shit, they'd be like, all right, here's all the triads. And I'm like, well, that doesn't help me. Like, you need to know how to find the triads. You need to know how to build the triads. You need to know how to like work them in a song. Like, if they had to come up to me and being like, all right, so we're going to only focus on this triad shape and we're going to add it instead of X. So like, for instance, this song, like you could just tell someone it's okay. You want to play the song? It's a D, C, G, and then E minor. But then approaching them and being like, I want you to only use your E shape in your cage system to play this. So then they're forced to be like, okay, well, I got to go up here. And that's the E shape. He's literally just moving down with the E shape. And then you can be like, okay, well, now I want you to embellish it. Like, I want you to isolate certain notes. So you're like, okay, well, I'm going to take off certain fingers. So I'll just do this. And they're like, okay, well, now can you add a couple of tensions? All right, well, let's add a 9. And so, like, that's the kind of thing. Whereas I would get told, like, all right, we're going to practice our triad shape. What was it like? What was it that I used to do? I can't remember it. Like, that's what I used to do. Something like that. I see how bad I think this is my exam, like my guitar exam at Berkeley was like, all right, play the C triad shapes. All right, now play the D triad shapes. Okay. You know, like That doesn't help me. Doesn't help me at all. Anyway, kills my vibe. It's the thing that pisses me off. It's like these guys have such great information, and then they gate it by like this useless practice of like memorizing things. When it's like just learn how to practically use it. Like Jimi Hendrix wasn't walking around being like, all right, so this is how you do the try. Like, no, he's just like, yo, I'm playing this and I figured it out and it sounds dope.
Hard times help me see.
Oh, bro.
Hard times help me see. Hard times help me.
So just like a his vocals on this are on point. I mean, his vocals are so good, but he is a huge rhythm guy.
Hard times help me see.
Hard times help me see. I won't be able to figure that one too quick.
I'm a good man with a good heart. Had a tough time, got a rough start.
Yeah, he had his own system called, this is the best way to figure out triads, how Hendrix did it. Take acid and play guitar for 12 hours a day.
But I finally learned to let it go. Now I'm right here, and I'm right now, and I'm open. No.
Right here, right now. This is, by the way, this acoustic performance of this, every acoustic guitarist should learn this.
And I'm open, knowing somehow that my shadow days are over. My shadow days.
Yeah, all John Mayer acoustic performance. No, this one especially is really, really cool. So just listening to here, I'll come back to be more clear on what I mean by this. He is connecting these chords in a really, really clever way. There's a lot of really nice voice leading that's happening here, and that's what I mean by you should learn it.
Hard times help me see.
Oh my God. God, I can't figure this out. I have to really concentrate.
I'm a good man with a good heart.
And then we get that.
Had a tough time, got a rough start, but I finally learned to. Now I'm right here, and I'm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so sexy. So he's doing a he's doing a D. So he's doing a 5 to a 1. And then a 5. Or what would that be? Like a minor chord? Is he doing like, yeah, so that'd be like a, he's sneaking in a 3 minor. So that's doing a 3 minor. Really nice. So that'd be like a 5 of 5. I don't even know. I don't even know how you would like classify this theory wise, but he's dropping like a 3 minor to a 2 major chord to a 1. So that's really nice. B minor to A, down to G. Boy, that's very, very clean. Sounds so nice. So it's 5, 1, and then minor chord. And it just works as such a nice passing chord. He's just walking down. Oh, yeah. It's a cool song. All right.
But it doesn't mean I didn't make it hard to be honest. And it hurts to be real. I'm a good man right now. A shadow.
Is he doing that there? I think that's what he's doing. Is he doing a 5 minor chord there? That's quite creepy. Nice. And then it's like a... What is that juicy thing that he's got right there? Whew. Talk about prosody, right? Shadow Days. This feels like I'm about to play Diablo or something like that. So sexy. Oh, Zach Raw, you like Old Dominion? I love Old Dominion. Which one's the Old Dominion one that's not on the list? I haven't played Old Dominion in so long. Written in the Sand is like such a... It's easily one of my favorites. I love that song. And the Break Up With Him, that is just so underrated. Hey girl, what's up? I know it's late, but I know you pick it up, yeah. If you're new here, my name's Luan. I live stream music Monday through Friday. We're jamming, we learn stuff. We're all about playing and learning. So we have a free music school. So if you want to learn, the link's in my bio and description. So if you want to join our music school, sign on up and share all your musical wins and hang out with us and get good. Okay. I think I'm pretty. No such thing as a broken heart. Oh, that's a good one. I'm a good man with a good heart and a rough time, rough start. My shadow days are I finally see you. I finally see It's a cool song. I like this. So Shadow Days. I need a bit more time to figure out the other stuff here. This is.
Hard times help me see.
Cooler than me. All right, Simon, are we good with this one? Are we good with this Shadow Days jam? Because I'm pretty keen to sneak on over and learn something else, or at least just play some music instead.